Brother, when I was younger, I literally made so many mistakes in my life. Like, you know how there's a saying, you learn from your own mistake or you learn from other people's mistakes. I would say majority of my mistakes I learned from myself. And when I made those mistakes, I sometimes didn't even learn until I made them a couple of times in my life to learn from them. Of course, when I grew up, I started to learn more from other people's mistakes because I realized sometimes you can't afford to make those mistakes. Of course, sometimes when you actually make the mistakes, like, no, the difference when you make a mistake and learn from a mistake is so much more valuable than when you don't make a mistake and you learn from someone else's mistake, like let's say getting drunk, I don't know, getting a girl pregnant, doing something like that because you've never experienced it. When you get drunk and you get smashed and you're like, fuck man, I do not want to do that. Or let's say you get a girl pregnant, not that I have, but if you get a girl pregnant, you're going to be so much more like, not scared, but so much more defensive than if you haven't got a girl pregnant and you just hear about it. It's like, oh, it's fine, it can't happen, you know? Like you basically just take statistics into your eyes and percentages and guess that it's gonna be fine. So the reason I say this is when I was younger, I wish I knew these 3 to 4 things I'm gonna talk about. It's gonna be a shorter video today. I feel like absolute shit, but I'm gonna try to get this video out to you boys. So the first thing is, which you probably already know. And look, when I say this, please don't take this with a grain of salt. If you literally lock in, follow these 4 steps I'm going to give you, you're going to basically change your entire life. You're going to feel so much purposeful, so much disciplined, and you're actually going to love your life. So the first one is never chase a woman, always chase yourself. Now, the reason I say this is when I was younger, I chased women and I ended up losing her and I ended up losing myself as well. So when you basically chase women, you lose yourself and you lose the girl. It's easy because you're not focusing on yourself, you're not focusing on your priorities, you're not focusing on what you have to be focusing on, i.e., your work, your gym, your fitness goals, any of that. You're focusing on the women. And when you do that, you lose yourself in the progress because you're not focusing on the good things, you're focusing on the girl. All right. And a girl doesn't like when a guy is always chasing her. It will turn her off. She doesn't want this thingy where she's above you looking down. You need to make her into your frame, not the other way around. So that's my number one thing is never chase women. Always chase yourself. Because look, people say when you chase yourself, women come. It's kind of true, but kind of not. You have to chase yourself while also sometimes talking to females. That doesn't mean you're chasing them. That just means that when there's an opportunity, you see a pretty girl, you go talk to her. Nothing comes out of it. Nothing comes out of it. You don't push it. Something comes out of it. You still don't like overinvest into it because maybe nothing can come out of it. It's like I'll try to use an analogy, but it's like basically fuck selling a car, right? Let's say you're selling a car. Let's say there's 2 people. One person you talk to them like, oh, you interested in car? They're like, no, no. Okay, you're not going to spend more time trying to persuade that person to buy a car when they already said they're not interested. There's a difference between sales when people come into a dealership to look at cars, and then maybe when someone's like viewing your car and you ask them, oh, so what do you think? They're like, oh, I'm actually looking for something else. I'm not interested. You're not going to keep pursuing them because they already said they're not interested because you're literally just wasting your time. And then the second person, let's say they're like, oh, yeah, I'm interested, but I don't really know. Of course, if you're going to keep hackling them over and over, they're probably just going to get annoyed. And if you keep messaging them, they're probably going to get annoyed and they're going to be like, fuck this, I'm not even interested. See, the difference is you lose them both at the end. If the person is really, really interested in buying a car, they will buy your car. You won't have to put much effort into it. It's like that. And we're not talking about cars here, we're talking about females. If the girl is genuinely interested, she will make time for you to see you. It's that easy. Of course, you have to build yourself up, blah, 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 blah. Build your frame, build your game, build your attractiveness, your looks, your status, money, all this stuff. But it always comes down to, if she wants you, she will make time for you. Now, the second topic that I want to talk about is indulging in pornography and bad habits. Look, we all are a victim to this, brother. Like, we've all literally been addicted to pornography pretty much. We've all done bad habits, we've all done bad shit, but the thing you don't realize until you grow older is porn is destroying your brain. It's literally rewiring your brain cells to think differently, i.e., when you have sex, that sex is not going to hit as good as watching porn because your brain is so used to just like watching porn, ejaculating to the stuff. So then when you, let's say, have sex, get a girl, do the hard part, there's not going to be any connection, anything, no like love, nothing that they're supposed to be when you are engaging in this sort of stuff with a female. The second thing is junk food is killing you. Doing all these bad habits, eating all these fast food, eating donuts, bro. I remember one day when I was young, I literally got a box of donuts. I was like 12. I ate that shit. The next day I was sick. So much sugar in it. Your body doesn't want this poison. It's literally poison that you're putting in your food. In your body, I mean. Like, because at the end of the day, doing these bad habits, you get a high for a couple of seconds, but then you get a low. And these habits are what make you depressed. People don't think they do, but they really do make you depressed. Watching porn, you're going to feel good. When you ejaculate, feel like shit, and then you feel like shit for the rest of your day because you did it. Eating junk food, you're going to feel good when you eat it. After you eat it, you're going to have a carb crash, and you're going to feel like shit. You're going to scroll on your phone and do absolutely nothing. When you eat clean, when you don't watch porn, you're going to get such a natural high. Like, it's going to be a higher high than a lower lower. No, then a lower high, pretty much, in your life. And you're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to feel better. And yeah, you're not going to have that like super high dopamine spike. But over time, it's going to build up and you're just going to love your fucking life. Now, the third thing is finding your inner masculinity. Basically, look, you were born with a penis. You are a dude. I don't care what fucking people say on the internet that you're like some transgender bullshit, whatever. You're a guy. You are born like this. You want to be a man, all right? You want to feel good. I don't know if you have this, but sometimes, or not sometimes, quite a lot of the time, I get this like inner, I'd say like inner masculinity, this testosterone that I literally just want to go fight a battle, grab a sword, grab a shield, just go to war, do this like crazy shit. That's your testosterone. That's your inner masculinity, like trying to come out. But, moderation and these days, modernity has made it so like you you stop, you should sit with your legs crossed. You should only speak when you're spoken to in school, some bullshit like that. I don't know. Everyone's equal, all that shit. It's all wrong. Do not listen to it. You find your inner masculinity by doing good habits like going to the gym, building a good physique, you know, eating healthy is actually going to help you because your body is going to get the fuel it actually needs to build yourself. Becoming a warrior, i.e., if you want to learn how to fight, go learn how to fight. Don't over procrastinate. Don't think about it. If you want to go do something, go do it. The literally perfect example is me right now, all right? A couple of days ago, or actually over a couple of years, I've always wanted a motorbike. I never took action on that. Now, a couple of days ago, I had a great excuse. So I put my car on the market. It's waiting for it to get sold. Once that's sold, I already have my test booked for my motorbike. I wasn't here sitting thinking about it. Oh, shall I do it? Shall I not? I literally got a pen and paper. I started journaling. I started writing. What is this going to do for me? Is this good? Is this a good decision? I don't know. I thought about it by taking action, writing down the good, the bad, the ugly. I took action by booking a test, and that's in a couple of days. Once I sell my car, I'm buying a bike. Easy, simple. The thing is, if you want to do something, take action and do it. You're not going to become masculine by sitting around home all day, jacking your little pee-pee and just feeling depressed and waiting for someone to come save your life because it's not going to happen. It's literally not going to happen. Now, the fourth and the last thing is do a lot of shit that you like. This is the fun part because you can do or not do, you must do as much stuff as you like. That doesn't mean sitting around home playing video games. We know video games are bad for you. We know it's frying your brain. We mean actually having a day that's fully packed. When you have a day that's fully packed, naturally you don't indulge in bad habits. You don't do bad things. You're always constantly busy. So you're always leveling up your character pretty much, if like we were a game. You're leveling up you yourself like a character. You don't do bad habits because you're busy doing the good habits, working on yourself, going to the gym, doing your work, blah, 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 hanging out with friends, socializing, doing crazy adventures, all that kind of stuff. When you keep yourself busy, it's like you always run on adrenaline. Sometimes I have those days when I'm doing this, then I have to run to that, then I have to run to that, then I have to run to that. And I feel so much better than if I were to sit at home and do nothing. Try to implement these 4 steps in your life, and I promise you, you're going to be far more fulfilled in your life. I'll catch you in the next one, brother. Peace out, my G.